This is an incredible offer for a limited time. Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver and has changed the lives of tens of thousands of people, including me. Now it's your turn. 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR, or go online to advancedhair.com.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, and I've seen the wrong way to sell precious metals. Tangled necklaces, mismatched earrings, broken watches, coins. The wrong way is not knowing who you can trust. That's why I recommend David Ellis Jewelry on 3rd and Clayton. He'll weigh it and pay it. He'll even buy your fine jewelry and diamonds. I've known him 40 years. It's time you get to know him. 2640 East 3rd Avenue. That's 3rd and Clayton. 303-322-8779. 322-8779.
QC Kinetics helps active people stay active. People like David Boardman, police officer, competitive athlete, and gym owner who trains hard almost every day.
My body's taken a lot of abuse over the years. I've had multiple knee surgeries on both of my knees. I could barely run a mile prior to going to QC Kinetics. Doctors have all told me, hey, you are going to need knee replacements.
But QC Kinetics gave David great news.
We're going to give you the opportunity to have not one, but 2 healthy knees, and we don't have to cut you open.
And after David's regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics?
Since I've gone to them, I run 20, 30 miles a week. I really wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for QC Kinetics.
From knee pain to Ironman training.
It's a no-brainer.
Now it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics to book your free consultation today.
Call QC Kinetics, 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986.
Ryan Schuling here for Window Nation, and I've learned a lot about why they are the go-to option for new windows after interviewing Denver sales manager Ryan Quinnell. With custom-made windows for both your home and the Denver climate, Window Nation ranks highest on Forbes' list of best window installation companies. And now is the time to buy with Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you could get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years, as well as a pair of Icon Pass 2-day sessions. Schedule a quote now at windownation.com.
I wish I'd gotten treated for my erectile dysfunction sooner. Men, I hear this all the time from our patients. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if ED is a problem in your life, resolve to get it treated today and stop having it affect you and the one you love. ED is simply a medical condition, and it's fully treatable. And at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. Which
about what?
As your ED will be a thing of the past. In fact,
I didn't know you were listening.
I'm
sorry about this commercial.
And you'll
After what I heard yesterday, you should be a spokesman.
It's the new year.
You know what? I'd thought about it, I don't.
Yes,
I don't know. Only because, boy, I would swear by it in public if I had to pose for photos.
Your visit is free.
Right.
Call 720-440-7900.
I didn't know you were listening.
Or go to Rocky.
I don't mind, dude. I seriously don't mind. Don't mind at all.
Okay.
Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, a Promenic restorative health practice.
We've got another mild day ahead, but even warmer in the mid-60s, 20 degrees above average with lots of sunshine and light wind. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burse.
This report is...
I mean, the awful part about it is that I was living with a woman who I didn't really care that much about, so I let it go.
Yeah.
And then I met a woman that I liked who the woman I was living with didn't know about. And I thought, well, let's try that out. And so that's when I went to RMFC.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Kelly's now giving me a hard time about cheating.
Are you still with her there, Shannon?
No, but she did leave a very long post on my Facebook on my birthday about how she thought we would get back together. That's nice.
ABC News, I'm Sherry.
Nice girl. I mean...
the mother of Today's Show host.
There was a moment there in bed. She kind of looked like Clint Eastwood, and I thought, I can't go on.
3 is a lot.
I mean, but a Rowdy Yates. I mean, good looking. She was really good looking, but we're doing stuff, and she kind of grimaced, and I thought, oh my God, it's Rowdy Yates.
U.S. and Iran set nuclear talk in Oman. U.S. officials responding to the announcement of a drawdown of federal agents in the city.
Border Czar Tom Homan saying some 2,000 agents now remaining. More could leave soon if Homan gets more of what he calls, quote, unprecedented cooperation from local and state authorities. Local officials calling it a good first step, but wanting a faster drawdown of officers.
ABC's Matt Rivers in Minneapolis. Job openings have fallen to their lowest level in more than 5 years, according to the Labor Department. Dow's down 489. This is ABC News.
Yeah.
Lots of questions for lots of powerful people with the release of the Epstein files, among them Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates.
He's a damn good
Here's
shot.
ABC's James Longman.
The billionaire speaking with 9 News Australia about his relationship with Epstein, saying they met in 2011.
I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that
when I knew Dan
although the
McKenzie
time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Gates insisted his relationship with Epstein was focused on raising money for philanthropy and global health. His interview coming one day after the billionaire's ex-wife Melinda French Gates spoke out in an interview of her own.
I am so happy to be away from all the muck.
British Prime Minister Keir Starmer also facing fallout for naming long-standing Labour politician Peter Mendelsohn as UK ambassador to the U.S. Mendelsohn had a long tie with Epstein as well. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
If you talk and they will hear you every single time.
Oh, we're getting killed.
Yeah, well, Kyle's not here.
How come?
Kicked off the team. Didn't Tim tell you? Kyle and some other kids got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah. Zero tolerance. He's out for the season.
Come on, it's a first offense, right?
That we know of. But why should that matter? He knew not to drink. I've made it clear to Matt, that's what we expect from him. What have you said to Tim?
Nothing really. A lot of kids try it at this age, so...
Yeah, well, a lot of kids don't try it too. I'm not saying that Matt's going to be this perfect kid, but if I don't tell him what we expect and why he shouldn't drink, how's he going to know?
K-How News Time, 10:03.
Union workers at a Greeley meatpacking plant are getting ready to walk off the job. 99% of the union members voted last night in support of a strike. UFCW Local 7's attorney Matt Schechter says they've had enough.
They are authorizing a strike and that they are fed up with not only the working conditions at the plant, but also the company's unfair labor practices.
He accuses the company of unfair labor practices and retaliation against union workers. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says the parents of the Evergreen shooter will not face charges for the September attack.
Investigators say the .38 special handgun used in the shooting was a family heirloom from a maternal grandparent. They say there was not enough probable cause to bring charges against the parents of the shooter, stating they were not allowed to speak to them, calling it the main challenge they faced. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says DNA evidence excluded both of the gunman's parents from connecting them to the weapon used in the shooting.
That's Connor Shreve. 2 students were injured in that shooting before the shooter took his own life. That's the latest. I'm Keenan Dixon.
Now, impact traffic.
Yeah, we're still feeling the effects of our first rock scaling closure. The highway is open. This is I-70 at the Veteran Memorial Tunnels, but coming down Floyd Hill's been tied up quite a bit. East out of Idaho Springs looks much better. If you're heading into the mountains, looks great on I-70. It's dry anyway up to the divide. City traffic, not bad. 270 is a little slow. I-25 south coming into downtown. 225 also as you're coming into I-25 has been a little sluggish, but no major difficulties with traffic. I'm Jonathan Steele.
This report is sponsored by the Brooke and Jeffrey Second Date Podcast.
Your date laughed, the food was great, and then nothing. Ghosted, vanished. Witness protection?
Oh,
perhaps?
maybe.
Yeah, we'll call them and get answers you may not want to hear.
Yeah, it's Brooke and Jeffrey's Second Date Update on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You could win $1,000.
Oh, really? Excellent. That's awesome.
9 chances a day to win $1,000. Listen weekdays 9 a.m. through 5 p.m.
It's that easy.
On Denver's talk station, 630 K-How. Sponsored by Window Nation.
You'd love new windows, but don't want to pay a fortune for them. Well, during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 Windows free sale, you could also get 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. Hurry, sale ends soon, so schedule your free estimate now at windownation.com.
Farmers and ranchers, when it's time to buy or sell ag equipment, think Purple Wave Auction. We're your go-to online marketplace for tractors, combines, sprayers, and more. With our no reserve policy, every item sells to the highest bidder. Experience the Purple Wave difference. Nationwide reach with a local touch. Purple Wave Auction. Whether you're expanding your operation or streamlining your fleet, we've got you covered. Visit purplewave.com today. fuel your farm with Purple Wave Auction.
Imagine cutting out the middleman when getting a new home loan. Whether it's a traditional mortgage, a reverse mortgage, a HELOC, or a refinance, CMG Financial is the leader. They're the bank. They can beat almost any rate out there. I'm consumer advocate Marc Mager. If you're looking for a home loan, you need to call CMG Financial. They're going to save you a ton of money. Don't let the other guys fool you. Go to partnerinlending.com. Partnerinlending.com.
You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right Home Improvements. DRHI.com.
Now, here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Gold. That's gold. Enter it now.
Gosh, you're loaded today.
Dan Caplis.
I think you would be a great syndicate across the nation, great commentator.
Thank you, my friend. When you started by saying, Dan, you're loaded today, I was going to call my defamation lawyer.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Thank you for being here, and thank you for streaming if you're streaming the show. And if you download the show, hello, a belated hello, because you listen to a delayed show. But this is the good news. You can always be part of the show, no matter when you listen. If you simply call 303 Martino, that's 303-627-8466. That's right. What that means is you call the show, call that number, and then leave your name and number, and we'll call you and get you on the next show. And if you are streaming and you see someone to my right, it's Dan McKenzie, McKenzie Law, estate law, wills, trusts, probate, avoiding probate, and all of the stuff that goes along with that. You know, estate planning it's the kind of thing you just put off and put off. And if you do it early, you got to do it again every now and then. You got to refresh things, and it's a pain. It's a pain to look at your life in a way that is, you have to decide, what do you do with this or what do you do with that? And then you have to, if you do trust, you have to fund them. So I think it's a very difficult area of law. First of all, people put it off. I put it off way too long, especially when you consider I had a bout with cancer. Put it off way too long. But Bo and I are both clients of Dan McKenzie, McKenzie Law. And Dan, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. And it's really difficult. What is the average age of your client? Do you have very conscientious people that come to you early, or are they usually late, or what is a typical client with you, Dan?
I'd say there are three. One is people who are just starting families and maybe have had a baby or two and are realizing we need to have a guardian in place for their kid. The second group is people who are probably like on the brink of retirement or just entering retirement. And if they do have a plan, it names guardians for those kids who are now in their late 20s.
Yeah.
And they've got more money now. Like now they got significant retirement assets, probably home equity, stuff like that.
And then you have me.
The last group is a little bit more like the people who are starting to feel like I'm turning stuff over now to my kids. Like I'm getting help now. Like I am entering into years where I do really need assistance now.
Yeah. Major Marc Mager.
What is going on, Thomas?
What's on your mind, sir?
Well, now that I know Dan's there, there's a lot on my mind. I am 53, as some of our listeners know, and I had a trust done, Dan, when our kids were really young, like, oh my goodness, 7, 8 years old, and so much has changed since then. And I think I've asked you this question before, but it seems to me that if I gave you the trust that I currently have, by the time you read through it, understood it, made all the changes, I'm probably better off just starting from scratch.
Good question,
Mark. Is that
Mark.
true for anybody in that situation?
Mark, that's a really good question, because we have a lot of people like that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily from scratch. I mean, if there is stuff in that trust, it can be the same trust, but it probably would be what we'd call a restatement as opposed to just trying to amend certain parts of it, because even if your life really is similar to what it was when you did it, like laws change more often than you think.
Mark's life changed dramatically over the last several years, and so have I. But I've been trying to get him to go with you because we have so much in common, Mark and I, that in other words, succession clauses for some of our businesses, Mark and I. And I thought, we ought to just consolidate that, because if the succession clause in our agreements, we both have to agree to them anyway. So I've been trying to anyway. So that's another topic. But anyway, succession plans, that's something that you have to plan for, like what happens with what when you go. And then some things you liquidate, and then some things get very complicated. But I want to simplify estate planning. Now, of course, we never talk about just one thing. We'll talk about whatever you want. Callers always take precedent. So we'll put a pin in estate planning for a few seconds here. We're going to go to Danny, who wants to talk about an accident. Welcome. And by the way, the number to call is 303-713-TALK as well, 303-713-8255. Danny, what's going on, sir? What's happening?
Well, I went to Burger King this morning and got some breakfast, decided to get some coffee, and the guy handed my food to me. I put it in the seat next to me, and when he gave me my coffee, I went to put it down in my drink tray, and it just busted all over my knee and my hand. I have no sensation in my fingertips right now.
Really?
Yeah,
now, tell me something. We, believe it or not, these cases are not rare. I've had a few of them over the years. Now, when you say he handed you the coffee and you went to put the coffee in your in the cup holder?
Yes.
Now, why did you say the cup broke? Is it a paper cup? What kind of a cup is it?
Exactly. It's a paper cup, and you can see. So I pulled up and I kind of investigated and was burning. So I looked at the cup. One side of the cup, like the half of it, is all wrinkled and couldn't seal the lid properly, whereas the other side of the cup is perfectly round. No,
I get it. So that caused the top to flip off, and did it burn you?
Yes.
Well, Danny,
I'm on my way to emergency care right now.
Okay, and you should certainly do that. I think I'd like to call John Fuller on this, and we can call you back. But Danny, you're doing the right thing, because whenever there's an injury, no matter what it is, you have to. What is the word I want? Memorialize it, or you have to take notes.
Yeah.
You want to take notes on it, okay? For sure, it's fresh in your mind, and take a mental note. But you want to quantify. You need to get someone to look at it and literally come up with what is wrong. Now, by the way, this is, like I said, is not an unheard of thing. Hot coffee, the famous McDonald's case,
for $800,000.
Really, really super hot coffee. That was later amended, by the way, and they got less than that. But hot coffee, if it's too hot, is negligence in and of itself, but not putting the lid on properly. Did it do any other damage other than to yourself, like to your car or any electronics or anything?
I mean, my carpet's stained, my seat is stained, my socks, my porch is stained.
Now, it was definitely Burger King?
Yeah, Burger King in Fountain, Colorado.
Okay, here I want you to go to urgent care and obviously find out what's wrong. And again, I don't know how bad it is or how serious it is, but we'll get John Fuller on. And Kachina, thank you for calling, Danny. I want to put him on hold and see if we can get John Fuller, even if Danny's not on the air at the time. If Danny's at urgent care, I still want to talk to John Fuller in general about this. I really do. He's a personal injury attorney. He does mostly traffic accidents, of course, like most personal injury attorneys, but I'm sure he has something to say about this. So hang on, Danny. Let's get Fuller to answer. I'm going to put that in my notes here. Fuller. On that,
I think John would have to know damages before anything.
Right, but I want to ask.
I mean, if the burn goes away in 3 days, well, right. That's that.
And these are some of the things I want to ask ahead of time. I just want to ask in general, because it's been a while since we've handled a case like this. Mike, You have a plumbing issue. What's going on with you, Mike? Welcome to the show. You're on with Tom Martino and Marc Mager. Marc Mager, what's going on, man?
Hey there, Tom.
Hey.
Mike here, calling from Boulder. Long-time listener, 25 years.
Thank you.
So thanks for everything you've done in the past. But we've owned this house for about 24 years, and I want to just be, first off, clear about expectations on this call. I feel like this is going to come after you hear the story. It's going to come down to a he said, she said. So I don't know, but here's what happened. We had a sewage backup, severe, catastrophic.
Wow.
That just came up through. Yeah, it came up through the drain in our boiler room, and it just, we weren't home. My son was like, I don't know, taking a shower for like 25 minutes, and it just went everywhere. And so we had the adjuster come out from Country Financial. He came in. I wasn't here at the time. My wife was here, and he looked at everything and, did all the right things up front. He said, I'm only going to give you this initial estimate. You'll get it in the email, and it's what I see, and the history of, himself doing this for however long. He then was talking to the plumber who we had come out to try to mitigate this so we could get some flow going. And the plumber said, well, this is going to be like, we did a scope, we're going to have to dig up the slab, and we're going to have to do all this. And he said in front of the plumber and my wife that, hey, no problem, it's going to be covered. We're going to put this under the dwelling, and you have plenty of equity. We'll just add it as a supplement. Okay, so he leaves. We get a phone call, which I was home for then, about a week later, from the same adjuster, and he told me the same thing. He said, you got plenty of equity. So he just basically reiterated it to me on the phone.
What does that mean? I don't understand plenty of equity. Oh, Mark was reading my mind. What does that mean, plenty of equity? What does that have to do with an insurance claim? Hold on to that thought. We'll come right back to you. Mark and I thought the same thing. He keeps talking about equity. Let's talk about that coming up. And then John Fuller, our personal injury expert, he's on to talk about the hot coffee case. So stick around for more on the Troubleshooter Show.
Yep.
iHeartRadio and NBC Sports bring you Two Guys, Five Rings.
Two Guys, Five Rings. Wow. We're your hosts.
I'm Matt Rogers.
I'm Bowen Yang.
One essential podcast for the 2026 Winter Olympics in Italy.
Milan Cortina.